Hi guys, hope you're all well. Sunday blessings. Just coming on to do my Sunday tarot and oracle review for you all. So this week I will be looking at a beautiful oracle deck, and we'll be looking at the energy oracle cards, and these are by the beautiful Sandra and Taylor. Now this is a deck I've had for quite a few years, and it's a fantastic deck. It's a really good quality deck. It's produced by Hay House, so you can see their logo on the side there. Really lovely, good quality box. Nice example of some spreads on the back, or some of the cards I should say, and then a little bit of literature and an overview about this deck. So yeah, it's an absolutely really beautiful, great deck. It's one that I use actually quite a lot, or have done on and off with my readings over the times, because normally, like with the readings that I offer, I do a mix of tarot, but sometimes I incorporate oracle cards if I feel the need. So it is a beautiful deck. So as we open this up, let's have a look inside. So this is the back of the cards. Lovely design. I love the artwork on the back of this. Really beautiful detail. Oops. And then let me just pull the cards out. So nice little chunky book. Good quality there. Black and white imageries inside. And what's really good with this is you get the upright message, you get like a positive message, you get a reverse message if it was more negative, and an affirmation. So on the back of this guidebook, you've got a little bit about the cards, but then you've also got a little bit about the author herself and the creator of this deck. So we'll look more at the book later. But like I said, the cards themselves, beautiful. Lovely artwork on the back. This is a 53 card deck, so it's a good, I think 53 is a good amount of cards. Stock quality is Hay House, so it's good quality. Anything published by Hayes House tends to be slightly thicker stock quality, slightly better sort of quality. The cards are not gilded, but having said that, that doesn't really take away from them. Nice gloss finish. And then as we look at the cards themselves, each card has a word, it has a picture, and then it has a number, so we know where it falls. So just going to show you a few of these so you can get an idea. What I love as well is that there's an equal mix, I'd say, with this deck of like masculine and feminine. So they really are housing in a lot of energy. They mention chakras, they mention archangels, as well as different types of energy that we come into contact with. So it is a really diverse deck, this one. You can use it for lots and lots of things. As well as readings, it is a deck you could use if you wanted to with magic. It could be a deck to harness your magic sort of spell work. I have used it in the past that way. It's not necessarily designed that way, but I have used it for that. So it's a really sort of versatile deck, this one. And great images, great artwork. Lots going on, you know. Just a really nice kind of, I love the way that each card is set out. It looks really sort of, you know, with the nice framework and the scroll literature, it just looks a tidy deck. That's how I would describe this deck. It's a tidy deck, if that makes sense. And each image really is different. There's so many different aspects to this, you know, as we're sort of looking at this. So you can see all of these colours. There's lots of colour in the cards as well. Beautiful imageries here. So I'm not going to show you all the cards, but I just want to show you enough so that you can get an idea. It's quite a quirky deck. It's very different to anything else I've shown you. He's lovely. You know, it's very different to anything else that I've shown you. I don't think there's anything quite like this so far that we've come across. So in terms of the oracle selection, it's quite different, it's quite unique, but beautiful. You know, when I sort of saw this deck being used, I wasn't initially familiar with it, but as soon as I came across it, I just thought I need to have this deck, you know. So I'm just going to show you a couple more so that you can see. So really, really beautiful imageries. Like I say, completely different. That's a very powerful message. I love that card. Beautiful card. I'm going to show you like literally about 2 more, because otherwise literally I can see that I'm going to be showing you all of them here, and I want to keep some back as a surprise should you wish to you know, purchase this deck yourself. Last one, because this is a really nice one to end. It's a lovely card. Just look at the imagery and the beauty of that. Okay, so as ever, I'm going to pull these all together, and I'm going to pick a card for Sunday, and also this will represent the week ahead. What we need to know about, guidance to be given. Oops, I'm not having all those, there's too many. But they do glide nice in the hand. Glide nicely in the hand. They are a reasonable size. They're not too big, they're not too small. I think these are comfortable. Some people say they feel these are too big. For me, I quite like working with this size. But yeah. So just asking for the highest of good, a card for this Sunday and for the following week ahead. What do we need to know about? Any guidance to be given? Things to be aware of? Let's just see. Oops. What comes to be? Okay, bear with me. It's just like literally fallen on the floor. They always like to chuck themselves at me in these videos. Okay, so we're going into contract. Oh, okay, this is really interesting. Contract. Right, so I'm going to just find this one in the book. Now, what is good with this book is, obviously, we've got the information with, you know, the numbers. I'm just looking at what else there is. It says here a bit about preparing to give readings. There's a few examples of card spreads and layouts you can try. So there's some good stuff in here, actually. Right, I'm just going to find card 6. Bear with me. Here we go. Oh, quite a lot of stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to read, because it's got like a positive meaning and a negative, I'm going to read both, and then depending how this sits for you, you'll know what the message is on a personal level. So it's got here contract, then it's got keywords, partnership, legal, commitment. Okay, so that's the first bit. Then the positive message, or the upright message. This card shows a contract in the background, ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job, or even a commitment in marriage. Whatever the connection, this card is more than a casual agreement. It's usually something that requires a document that's binding, at least for the time being. The scales of justice also indicate that if a legal action is underway, it is likely to turn out in your favour. This card shines a light on potentially new opportunities, so remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. So that sounds pretty cool. And then the reverse side of this card, so say if you were doing a reading and if this spat out upside down, and if you choose to read cards upside down, I personally don't, a lot of people do, personally I don't. It just says here, the contract card reversed indicates the ending of a previous connection, or where a future commitment is concerned. It could bring warnings of delay and perhaps even possible disappointment. The sale of a house could fall through, the job offer might not come when expected, or a romantic union may be stalled. Don't give up hope, however. This delay may provide some purpose or protection for you, and something even better could be on its way. This card reversed cautions you not to become desperate. Your needy, urgent energy could actually postpone the desired outcome even more. Continue taking action, even if it's in another direction, and your patient resolve will pay off. If the breakup of a relationship is involved, always remember that you deserve to be honoured. Open your heart and your life to the person who is willing to be fully present and loving. That person is waiting to commit to your own self-honouring heart. So that's quite powerful, that's quite deep. I like the fact they've put a decent message for both, because sometimes with reverse meanings they put almost like a very quick overview, but there's actually probably more in the reverse than in the positive. And then we've got an affirmation. We do love an affirmation. They're very powerful. You can work with these in meditation or starting your day the right way, or if you pick a daily card for yourself in your everyday today world. So if you were using this deck, affirmations are really kind of cool. I love to sort of just use those because they almost set the day up for you. And we've got, I am attracting wonderful, beneficial connections that support and honour me and bring me great happiness and abundance. So that's really cool. So it's a really, really positive card as a rule. I'm taking it as a positive card for us guys, you know, on a collective energy. So I think that's really, really cool. I like that card. It's really, really nice. And it's interesting. It made me laugh because something that I sort of was involved with yesterday, I'm not going to say all the details, but I was involved with something and it fell through big time. And on a personal level, I can understand the energy of this card as well. But I actually think, you know, reminiscing over it in the short space of time that I have already, I think that that's a blessing in disguise to not be involved in what that offering was about. So it's interesting for me on a personal level, but on a deeper level. Artwork wise, I think they're really, really unique. They're really beautiful cards. This is a deck that I'd say is in one of my 10s. It's a sort of 10 energy deck, I think. There's nothing really negative or bad I can talk about, actually. I think it's a really, really cool deck. It's one that I'm so glad I had in my collection, and it's one that I use. It's what I would call a practical deck. If you're sort of wanting to get involved in starting Oracle decks, this is a great deck for the more professional reader. It's a great deck for a beginner. It's an all-rounder. It's a really, really good deck. It's probably one of, if not one of my actual favourite decks. It's not particularly witchy, although a couple of the cards do look slightly witchy. It's just very, very practical. And what I love about energy, and I say this often to my clients and people in videos, energy doesn't lie. So when we're working with true energetic energy, energy doesn't lie. People lie, people let us down. Energy never does. So I think this is a fantastic deck to work with. Really one worth getting in the collection. Definitely a 10 out of 10. Check it out, guys, if you feel drawn to it. Going to leave the power of this with you. Stay safe. Have a magical Sunday. And more videos coming soon. Take care, guys. Bye.